I'm Cap.
I'm Karloff.
And we're with Particle.io, and this is Breaking Bitcoin.
Welcome to Breaking Bitcoin, recorded live Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. This is your daily source for market updates, sentiment, and news for traders. My name is Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at CrackingCryptocurrency.com. Hopefully you guys are doing absolutely fantastic wherever you happen to be tuning in from, whether that is YouTube, once again, Twitch, DLive, Facebook Live, or on Roku with the Investor News Channel app. If you want to support the show, make sure to subscribe, follow, share the link around, and engage in the live chat because we have a fantastic show for you guys today. On today, the day of Wednesday, the day of Bitcoin, absolutely sideways, the day of Forex, the day of so many things. Sorry, guys, in a good mood, definitely pumped up. Hopefully you guys are as well. Let me see what's on the docket today. Make sure that you guys go to crackingcryptocurrency.com/giveaway. We are still giving away 3 months of free premium trading group access. 3 lucky winners will get 1 month of free access to the premium basic package that we offer. You guys can check out all the details, as I said, at crackingcryptocurrency.com/giveaway. No purchase required. It's going to be running for about another week. 120 people have entered that already so far, and there's only going to be 3, so definitely go while the opportunity is there. Premium trading group updates. Today, and this is going to be every Wednesday from now on, we're going to be doing a 2-hour group mentoring session for premium advanced, professional, and elite members. That's going to happen today at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. The invites and calendar invites have already been sent out in advance this morning. You guys have already received an email explaining exactly how to access the online conference. We will be discussing strategy building. We'll be answering questions. We'll be going through risk management. We'll be going through position sizing. We'll be going through technical strategy as well as trade psychology, and then answering any questions that you guys might have. I will be there as well as Da Vinci, another senior analyst, and some junior analysts should be in there as well. Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to the opportunity. Also, premium trading group updates. Let's see here. The Quadriga ATR refactored code should be published this weekend or early next week. Just having the very last final touches being put on it by the development team. The user manual has already been written and edited by the editing team, so that will be published as well. Currently working on refactoring Minx. I've already refactored the code. I have not changed anything. I'm going to be slightly modifying the user interface and adding a few features. And then following that, I'm going to be publishing a new indicator, the one that we've been working on the back end, not breaking Bitcoin. This one's going to be a little bit different, and it is testing currently on the daily with about 80 to 85% accuracy. So I'm pretty happy with that, pretty happy to provide that to you guys. And unlike some indicators that you guys might subscribe to, this one is really simply, you just put it on the chart and you do what it tells you to do. You can backtest it because you can look at all the historical signals as well, but I'm pretty excited about that. I want to thank my team for helping me build that because it's a community effort, guys. Make sure to hop in the Discord so you can keep up to date on everything that's going on. Discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com. With that being said, I want to get right into today's show. There's some interesting things happening in Bitcoin and in the broader markets. We're going to take a look at a few Forex trades that I put on yesterday as well. And of course, we're going to be covering the news and getting to your user submitted chart requests and questions at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss a thing. Let's get cracking, guys. All right, here we are in the live scene. We are actually at BTC USD. One thing that I didn't do prior to the show is I want to turn off color bars on WADA ATAR explosion. We were showcasing price volume trend oscillator, a good volume indicator for you guys to utilize. However, my favorite, of course, still volatility filter of all time is going to be WADA ATAR explosion. Just does exactly what you want it to do. Just does exactly what you want it to do at all times. Now, here on Bitcoin, we are currently trading at about 86.50, 82 over here on Coinbase. And yes, we are still in a bullish posture. Overall, the market is still in bullish territory. We are above the baseline. We are above the continuation line. We are getting golden dot continuation on today's current daily candle. Had a little bit of a significant buyback last evening. A nice pump up to, some would say, fill the gap. That gap has actually not been fully filled, in my opinion. We'll take a look at that here in a little bit. So I still think there is a lot of room for upside growth here. However, we do want to be cautious. As we can see from WADA, as you guys can see from volume, volume is dying off. Now, typically, again, I would argue that this is more symmetrical than any other form of pattern, and symmetrical contraction after an expansive movement, whether it's to the upside or the downside, is always going to be neutrally biased. Mostly neutrally biased, but mostly to a continuation of the previous trend, because you need significant volume to end that trend. And we did not have, in my opinion, a significant rejection candle up there at the top. It was a long-legged doji. It was an indecision candle, and we haven't seen a lot of follow through from the sellers. Now, order books are stacking up, so it could be any moment that we get that big move. But currently, we have to trust the daily. In my opinion, this is how I trade. The daily is still giving us continuation to the upside. However, the safest movement, again, as I've been saying for the last few days, would most likely be to sit on the sidelines and wait for the volume to come in. Again, any kind of significant buying pressure out of this is not going to be a stop loss hunt. It is going to be continuation of the trend. And any significant selling pressure out of this is most likely also not going to be a stop loss hunt. It is going to be a break of the upwards trend and the beginning of a downwards trend. Now, where that downwards trend either goes down to retest levels around 6,000 and then we find a new bottom there potentially, or if we're going all the way down to our 5.5, 4.9 levels remains to be seen. Again, we just follow the trend wherever it might take us. Currently, the trend is bullish, and we're just taking a brief pause on the sidelines, either before continuation or breakdown. So a patient trader, a successful trader, would wait for confirmation. However, again, my bias is still definitely to the upside. Now, we are still bullish above 85.55. 85.44. That level's gotten fairly tight. Any daily close below 85.44 now is going to be putting us almost certainly either into a very tight no trade zone, or it's going to be turning the trend bearish, because we do have the baseline coming in at 84. Let me make sure because they're getting scrunched up over there. Yeah, 84.86. So there's almost no distance in between our continuation line and our baseline, and closing below 84.86 is going to be sending us into a bearish trend. Still not looking for shorts until we actually get down below 82.51. So again, a lot of people were saying, Justin, why are we waiting until 79, 80, 81? Well, when we get tight contraction of a trending movement, those levels are going to level off eventually. And now here we are. We're in a very good positioned area with my particular strategy here to manage our risk quite well and be prepared for the next large movement. Now, again, looking at WADA explosion down at the bottom of the screen, which of course you guys can add to your chart right now over on TradingView, tv.krakencryptocurrency.com. We do have falling bullish volume delta here. All right. It is falling bullish volume delta. We also have falling volatility, right? As we can see from the explosion level being black and falling to the downside, not yellow, and rising to the upside. And as we could see, WADA was confirming this entire bullish expansive movement up here and has recently fallen not only below the explosion level filter, but below the dead zone filter as well. Again, aggressive traders are still going to be looking for continuations to the upside, as I am, but more passive, more conservative traders are going to be sitting on the sidelines until we get some volume coming in, until we get some confirmation. Because right now, again, with WADA explosion basically flatlined, if you get a nice bullish movement, a nice bullish candle out of this movement, something up to 8,800, and we close above that on the daily, that's going to be a very positive sign. I would be highly interested to be into that trade for continuation to the upside, because WADA would be agreeing at that point in time. That would be a momentum continuation signal. But on the other hand, if we were to get a large red candle out of this and break down below the 8,400, potentially even $8,200 level, then that's definitely going to be the entry for me for a short position, right? That's going to be a initial, not a momentum. That's going to be an initial short entry signal, which WADA is now well positioned to confirm. Other than that, not a lot happening in Bitcoin. Obviously, volume quite low, volatility quite low, and this is where you need to be the most cautious, because with Bitcoin, often what we get after these contraction periods is a big candle, and it's in one direction or the other, and you don't want to be on the wrong side of that candle. So make sure that you're position sizing appropriately. I am still spot long on Bitcoin on top of a position, so just make sure to be managing your position, manage your trade wisely, looking at how you're diversifying your other funds. Again, still spot long on Bitcoin. I've been spot long on Bitcoin for quite a while. So unless we have some dramatic, huge, massive close down below 7,000, there's no way that I can exit this current position without profit, without quite a significant profit. Because again, my whole capital for my trading account goes into BTC when BTC is bullish, and I ride that up, and then I exit when the trend breaks, and that is how for a lot of our members, just knowing when to be in and out of Bitcoin, regardless of all the other trades that we take to gain alpha over the buy and hold strategy on Bitcoin, always outperforms the market. That's why we do what we do and why we're able to be successful. Looking down at the 4 hour, again, kind of that same bipolar scenario that we had from yesterday. But interestingly enough, the 4 hour is still bearish. The 4 hour has been bearish since the breakdown candle over here. And again, we can see here on the 4 hour chart that really tight price contraction, below the 4 hour baseline, still bearish. We can see here that we didn't get the confirmation for a 4 hour signal here when we had that movement last night, that pump up to, what was it actually here? We actually reached a high of 87.74, so not quite 8,800, not quite filling the gap. Again, in my opinion, on the CME, we did gap down a little bit more, but we have since rejected from that. Again, the baseline indicator would have kept you out of getting trapped to take price to the upside. However, the 4 hour is interesting in that we are above the continuation line for shorts right now. So it's inappropriate right now to be looking for a signal, or excuse me, it's not inappropriate to be looking for a signal to go short on the 4 hour. That's what you want to be doing. But there's no confirmation of that yet. WADA is weak. It is above the explosion level. The explosion level is nearly flatline though. So we are in the squeeze for those of you who are using something like, Allen's TTM squeeze indicator. A Lazy Bear is a nice implementation of that. There's a lot of popular implementations of that. It's when the Bollinger Bands go inside the Keltner channel. So we are in the squeeze. You can see that from WADA explosion as well, with the explosion level basically being flatlined or pegged down there near the bottom. It's sitting at 176.63, which is really, really low. Now the WADA columns are above this, but they're also below the dead zone on the current candle. So definitely no confirmation from WADA on this particular movement. And we do need to get a close below 86.09. Getting a 4 hour close below 86.09 with some decent volume would be signaling for the continuation short on the meso timeframes. Keep in mind that we are in a situation here where the 4 hour is disagreeing with the hourly. So you are counter trend trading on the meso timeframes because the daily is telling you to be looking for longs still. So keep that in mind. But again, you have to pick a time frame and trade it. Moving over, and of course the weekly is still quite bullish. We'll look at that on Monday as the weekly candle closes. Moving over to Ethereum. Moving over to Ethereum on the daily, same story, different verse over here. No WADA confirmation, falling explosion level. It is overall bullish, more bullish than Bitcoin. We are getting more volatility out of Ethereum, as we often do at sometimes. We are still getting the golden dot continuation zone. The no trade zone and the trend flipper is getting tighter here on Ethereum. Price is still bullish as long as we're closing dailies above 164.24. But as soon as we close below 164.24, we are going to be losing that bullish momentum, and we're in a no trade zone down to 154.95. Let's call it 155, and losing 155 is going to be having us look for shorts here on the daily. So really, basically in a no trade not in a no trade situation. Again, if you're being aggressive, you're looking actively for continuation longs, especially because we do have a down candle, so you're getting a better entry. But just make sure that you're managing that risk with the appropriate stop loss, and that you are going to be getting out of that trade on that close below 164.24, because that's going to be putting you in the no trade zone. Down here on the 4 hour, very similar thing on Ethereum. The Ethereum 4 hour chart is bearish, but we are currently above the 4 hour continuation. Sorry about the TradingView account, guys. I will be back and established to the previous account earlier, just in a few days. So just have to deal with the ads until then. Now, here on the 4 hour chart, we don't have the verification. We don't have the confirmation for taking that shorts. We actually need to get a 4 hour close below 166.49 to be able to take that trade. So overall, 4 hour daily is having us look for continuation longs, but we don't have full confirmation. And 4 hour time frame is having us in a bearish posture, but no confirmation for a 4 hour short either. So overall, again, safest place to be is definitely on the sidelines right now. Looking over at XRP for the daily. XRP, and it always breaks my heart to say this, but XRP on the daily is bullish yet again. We actually might be getting WADA confirmation for a long on XRP. So for those XRP fans out there, there might be the best hope for all of this out of XRP. And again, kind of getting some bullish pressure coming in right now after the sell off that we just saw. Currently a doji on the daily, golden dot continuation. Price is bullish above 22.89 cents, 0.2289 over here on the Coinbase chart. And we've been looking for shorts below 22 cents. So overall, pretty good. Doesn't look bad. The volume is low. but we do have the green water column above the explosion level. So let's see how the daily closes. Again, for those looking for a continuation signal, XRP so far seems to be the strongest signal. And over here on the 4-hour, let's see if we actually have invalidation. Again, interestingly enough, on the 4-hour time frame, we have continuation short confirmation, but we're in the no trade zone of the Keltner channel around the baseline, so not looking for trades right now. Let's see how the 4-hour closes. On the 4-hour, we can start looking for longs as long as we're closing above 23.75 cents. We could be looking for longs following that. WADA's not giving us the confirmation though, so we're going to need to see a nice green candle to get that kind of confirmation. Looking over at Litecoin, my love, my one and only, here on the daily time frame. Again, very nice. More bullish than all the rest, actually showing a green candle today, despite all of the kind of low volatility selling pressure that we're seeing coming in from the rest of the broader market, and, you know, holding its status nicely as the king of altcoins over here. We have, well, you know, some would say that's Ethereum, but my love. We are getting golden dot continuation on the daily. WADA is not giving us the volume confirmation, but it is still green. It is still bullish. We do have a falling explosion level. So overall, Litecoin looks good. The continuation signal is not really here. Actually, it's not confirmed. It is potentially going to be confirmed with our XRP. But again, I'm still long on Litecoin as well. I've been long on Litecoin for quite a long time, actually. So overall, in a good position here with Litecoin overall with my position. Now I'm long on the Bitcoin pairing. But the USD pairing is nice to look at as well. So no confirmed continuation as of today, but you do have the so you do have confirmed continuation. And if you're looking for a volume signal, it's not quite there yet. 4-hour, again, going to be similar here. 4-hour, interestingly enough, the 4-hour is almost going to be giving you a primary signal. We are currently trading above the upper band of the baseline right now with golden dot continuation. WADA needs to confirm this because this will be a primary signal of flipping the baseline. So let's get a little bit of volume. Again, we kind of need we basically just need some sort of momentum, some sort of volume in either direction to confirm that movement. Because I think right now, if we get a nice green candle, I think the trend is going to continue to the upside. If we get a breakdown candle, then most likely we're gonna fall to the downside. And it sometimes sucks to have to sit there and wait for the big players to come in and make their move. But the savvy trader waits. The savvy trader waits. The savvy trader waits, guys. And finally, rounding it out with EOS today. Again, over on Coinbase. Interestingly enough, unlike the rest of the assets that we just talked about today, EOS is not going to be confirming along. We are in a no trade zone on EOS. We are below continuation while above the baseline. So we need to get a close above 3.781 to be getting continuation confirmation on EOS today. So right now, nothing to do on EOS. We're bullish overall above 3.430. So $3.43. And if we close below that, we will potentially be looking for shorts at this point in time. But right now we are in a bullish posture, but in a no trade zone. 4-hour is going to be very similar. Yeah, 4-hour is also in a no trade zone, trapped within the boundaries of the trapped within the Keltner channel, and we do need to. WADA isn't confirming. We need to be getting above. Let's see here. $3.67, 3.679 with some volume, and potentially we can be looking for the long here on EOS. Okay, it is 12:20, so let's take a look at gold this morning. Taking a look over on gold this morning on the daily. Gold is now in a no trade zone. We've had this contraction for about a week here on gold. We are now closing below the, well, we appear to be closing below the baseline. We're really not quite. We're closing within the Keltner channel of the baseline. That's why the candles are yellow. Okay, you guys' implementation, the baseline indicator does the same thing, but the colors are slightly different. I think the colors turn gray. I'll have to double check that. But mine turn yellow. I like the white and black candles. It's easier for me to see with my Coke bottle contacts. But overall, yes, definitely in a no trade zone. Now, we're not looking for shorts here on gold. We haven't broke down. We will be looking for shorts below 1550. If gold can get below 1550, we will be looking for shorts. We did reach a low today of 1550.281, but we're not quite there yet. We actually need to close below that boundary and we need a little bit of volume here. We need a little bit of volume to the downside to initiate the trend. Remember, volume comes in at the beginning and end of trends. But overall, I don't think that gold looks incredibly healthy right now. It is listing lazily to the left. We have formed a couple of lower lows here on the daily. We haven't formed a higher high. We haven't even made a breach of this, and volume is just completely falling off. Now, this could again be symmetrical contraction. Again, if we get a nice green volume to the green candle to the upside, I would consider that continuation. My tune would change, and I would be looking for reentry on gold. But right now, this doesn't look good, especially with the baseline. You know, typically when contraction occurs so long that we start getting below the baseline, typically that signals at least a short-term pause of the trend, and a pullback is likely. So gold currently in a no trade zone, getting down below 1550 on the daily is going to have me potentially looking for shorts. Over on silver today. Over on silver, again, we already had the short initiation on silver. We broke down from the baseline. We cracked our initiator over here, and WADA did confirm. WADA did confirm on yesterday's close. If you would have gone in on yesterday's close at 1778, you'd be in a little bit of drawdown right now, but overall, things look good. In fact, we're getting purple dot continuation. No, sorry, are we? Yeah, we are getting purple dot continuation. Sorry, the lights, guys. We are getting purple dot continuation on the daily. So potentially an entry right now is actually valid. WADA is confirming. We are below the baseline. We're getting purple dot continuation to the short side on the daily. So if you look at this, now gold and silver don't always move the exact same. They often move the same. You got to pay attention to what gold's doing if you're trading silver. You have to pay attention to what silver's doing if you're trading gold. But a lot, myself in particular, I think that silver sometimes tends to move first because there's more volatility there. So if you're looking for a potential leading indicator for ZAO breaking down, for gold breaking down, then looking over at silver, seeing that we do have a confirmed short signal, it's probably going to weigh the scales as to what you do with the big dogs of the precious metal. We're not going to look at palladium. We're not going to look at platinum today, unless you guys want to request that, unless you guys want to look at that. I do want to go over and look at a few Forex trades that I put on last night. I went long on the pound Kiwi last night, a little bit before the daily closed yesterday. As you guys can see here, we were in bullish territory. I got the continuation signal. We broached the continuation dot right here. Hope you guys can see that. This was above. Now it is below. Got the nice continuation signal right there. Got the entry right about right here. It wasn't quite before yesterday's daily close that I got in. I've already in a nice good movement following for today on close. It's already moved almost 1%, the pound Kiwi. So I've already hit my first take profit. I've moved my stop loss to break even. I did post that trade last night for the members in the premium group as well. I'm working on integrating Forex pairs into our signal delivery service. So hopefully I can be providing those on a daily basis for you guys moving forward, because again, I do trade Forex. Currently only providing crypto signals right now because we need to deliver that. We need to work that into the bot delivery system. So I've got the developers working on that. Hopefully that'll be done, and I'll have some updates on that in a week or so. So long in the pound Kiwi, overall good, not continuation on the daily. So not showing this to you guys for a ha-ha, but again, this trade is going very well and looking for further expansion. We also had WADA confirmation again yesterday on the close as well. The key, looking at the looking at the Kiwi dollar. Now, interestingly enough, I also took the Kiwi dollar short. I only put on 2 Forex positions yesterday. We've got a pretty good cycle right now for the news for fundamentals coming out for Forex. It's a pretty good time to trade, in my opinion. A lot of stuff is off the table. We're past a lot of things. We do have the election coming up in a little bit, where I'll probably be sitting out of the foreign currency markets, maybe even taking a week off from Bitcoin. But it just depends on how these things react. It just depends on what happens. Again, trying to stay apolitical on this channel, but sometimes we cannot avoid it. No, at least the market cannot avoid it, because politics and international affairs do have an effect on the markets. But Kiwi dollar signaled a nice continuation short yesterday with WADA confirmation. Have not hit the first take profit yet here on the Kiwi dollar, holding that open. First take profits a little bit lower. So overall, pretty good day in the market. Let's take a look at the SPY real quick. And SPY continuing to make higher highs. Getting a little bit of doji consolidation right now on the daily. Wadatar explosion has dropped off. We're not getting confirmation. We are getting golden dot continuation yet still here on the SPY. Let's see here. Still getting golden dot continuation here on the SPY. So looking for continuation longs aren't invalid. Again, blue sky breakout on the S&P. So whenever we're seeing that, we whenever you're making new all-time highs, you have to have your bias that we are going to continue making these higher highs. You do not trade against a parabolic market. You always trade in the direction, and you don't get trapped. You position size appropriately so that the one time that you're wrong and looking for continuations, you only suffer a regular loss, 1 or 2% of your account, and you move on. When you find a nice trending parabolic market, the idea is that this thing's going to add 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 100% to your account by trading it, just as anybody who has traded the Bitcoin's parabolic rallies appropriately has done. Overall, S&P 500 looks good. The SPY looks good over here. Again, continuation as long as we're above 330.71. Getting a daily close below 330.71 is going to invalidate this, and we'll be looking for shorts below 328.96. No lot of confirmation on the daily, but rising explosion level. I have to say that the SPY looks nice right now, and I think that people looking to run out the door of the stock market are silly right now. We wait for confirmation. We wait for confirmation. That's about all I got for this. Looking at Bitcoin intraday here over on Tensor Charts. Again, I've said this many times. We've got the order books filling up. The volume is really not that impressive. We're looking at Binance, BTC, USDT, about 500 of the buy and sell side each. That's only about 1,000 Bitcoin over the last hour. That's really nothing to call home to mom about. We did have this nice movement. As you guys can see, I've talked about these patterns before. What do we see here? We have a significant buy order in the books. It goes down for a brief second. Do we close the 5-minute candle below that order? No, we don't. The wall disappears. The buy wall disappears. And so a lot of people get trapped into shorting that maneuver. I've talked about this over and over again. We get trapped into shorting that maneuver. The wall stays. Individuals see it go down. They rush into shorting the movement. As you guys can see, look at all the significant selling that occurred right here on that candle, right here at the bottom. I mean, people sold that. But that was their fault for not waiting for confirmation, because the candle does not close below the wall, and the very next candle retraces all the way back up. You have to wait for at least a 5-minute candle. Maybe you're doing this with a 1-minute candle. Maybe you're doing this with a 3, but you have to wait for some confirmation. After you see a wall go down, you don't rush in to short it. You wait for confirmation. You do the BPC, the break, pullback, continuation. Price will break a wall, break a level of support, and then it will pull back and retest that area, and that's when you get in. You don't FOMO in to what you think is the breakdown. You don't do the momentum short. What the hell is that? Come on, guys. But anyways, yeah, we can see the wall went down briefly. Candle did not close below the wall. A new wall came right back up, and off to the races we went. Smoked. Absolutely smoked. So current walls are going to be sitting right now. We got a significant wall coming in at 85.90. The sell wall starts getting beefy at 87.50. Again, make sure that you guys are paying attention, and that if you guys are utilizing these tools that you're following, waiting for confirmation, as I've tried patiently to explain to you, that you're using this to enhance your strategy. But always keep in mind that your indicator-based trend following strategy is going to be the most consistent in returning dividends to your account over and over and over and over again. Whereas this falls into the realm of subjectivity. Great for nuanced trading, but better for fun. Looking over at some significant trades. Again, it seems that the majority of the significant trades coming in over the last, we're kind of split, right? We've got a lot of selling coming in the last hour, mostly leveraged trades over on ByBit. Then following that, we do have some significant trades coming in on Binance Futures and ByBit. A significant trade over there on Deribit. Most recently, a 600,000 sell order on Binance Futures. So not a whole lot of spot. If I look at this, I don't actually see a lot of spot volume. This is high leverage gambling on ByBit, Binance Futures, and Deribit. So I don't really see any spot volume to give me a stronger bias to the upside. Therefore, I need to default to the daily, see that the daily is bullish and signaling for continuation, and maintain my bullish bias. Now, hold on, I'm going to take a drink of this water. All right. Okay, looking at the broader market as well, we can see it's a beautiful day for altcoins. We've got everything in their mother, not pumping, I would say. This is pretty good, healthy growth. GNT up 28.4%, ZEM up 8%, SXP, SNX, Monacoin, Ardor up a little bit. V says, where's BSV? Is BSV still pumping? Is that still a thing? It's got to be around here somewhere. BSV down 3% today. Oh, boohoo. Ren down 2.7%. Bitcoin Gold down, XRP up about 1%, Raven up a little bit. I like Raven. Links down about 1%. That's nothing to call into mama about. 0x up. Overall, pretty good day for the dollar pairs over here in Bitcoin land. And since Bitcoin is sideways, that must mean, yes, that the BTC pairings are actually what's pumping. Bitcoin is sideways after a pump. Altcoins are pumping. Money is flowing into altcoins. Just be careful because those gains disappear as quickly as they come when the money decides to flow back into Bitcoin. So when you see Bitcoin start pumping, might want to be exiting your altcoin positions. For those of you who are not following PTP, then you just trade the daily. Again, we've hit most of the take profits on all of our altcoin trades. So we've already moved our stop losses to break even and we've reduced our risk to 0. Still have some at-risk trades, but that's okay. Still have some at-risk trades, but that's okay. Again, I want to remind you guys to make sure to head over to crackingcryptocurrency.com/giveaway. Take advantage of the 3 months of premium trading group access. There are 6 days left in the giveaway. It's free to enter. You guys can just come. You can follow us on DLive, follow us on Twitch. If you're a subscriber over on Twitch, you get a big bonus over here. You can join our Discord server, follow us on Twitter, visit our website. You can also refer people, help us make this viral. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell people you don't even like. Free premium trading group access doesn't come around all the time, so we're excited to give this to you guys. All right, so I want to thank today's crypto comment giveaway sponsor, Spectre Security Coin. Listen, guys, Peter Schiff just lost his Bitcoin just a while ago, and security is absolutely necessary if you're running in the crypto world. You have to know how to secure your private keys. You have to know how to have a good password. You have to know how to have a password manager. You want to know how to use a VPN. You want to know how to set up a VPS. You want to just know best practices for security. This doesn't matter whether you're a middle of the road non-power user or the highest profile high power user and you think that you know everything. You want to consult an expert, make sure that your security is on point. My friends over at Spectre Security are going to be the guys you want to call. They do one-on-one consulting. They do group consulting. If you guys want some advice on your best security practices, make sure to head over here. Check them out, spectresecurity.io. Tell them Justin sent you. And I want to thank them for today's crypto comment giveaway. Let's see. We can't do YouTube because we don't have any comments down below. I believe we did Twitch yesterday, so we will do DLive once again today. So we're going to give away some lemons to our loyal DLive followers, and whoever receives the least amount of lemons will also get 8,000 XSPC coins right in their wallet, baby. That's how we do things around here. So let's go on over to DLive. Let's get a little bit of DLive inception going on. Let me pull open the back end over here. I've added 100 lemons in honor of us getting back on YouTube today. So let's distribute those rewards. Stone Crypto, thank you so much for the diamond, my brother. Going big, distributing the awards. We got lemons coming in. Forza World TV dropping an ice cream in the house. We've got Big Saintsy throwing ice creams and lemons all up in here. You Go Chill throwing ice creams. Midwest throwing ice creams. Thank you guys so much. Highly appreciate the donations. We've got those rewards coming, baby. Distributing rewards. Sorry for the inception. It's got to be a better way to do this. Got to be a better way to do this. Shout out to the 11 people watching on Twitch, 22 over there on DLive. Let's see here. And 103 over on YouTube. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. Yep, if you guys got any questions, make sure to just pop them in the chat wherever you're watching us from. The moderators will get them. They'll put them in the audience engagement section. We'll get to that right after the crypto currently section. We've got Squeaky Tadpole, big winner today with 28.7 lemons. You Go Chill, Midwest Attempts, Ricky Thompson, and in last place, sorry, my friend, Wendy. We've got Wendy with 8.6 lemons. Wendy, you know the drill. Get a hold of me on Discord, my friend, and I will gladly tip you some crypto. Thank you again, Spectre Security Coin, for sponsoring today's giveaway. With that, guys, we've got a lot to talk about, a lot in the news. There is a big to-do over in India right now with the central bank attempting to ban cryptocurrency. The case is in the Supreme Court right now. So we're going to get over there. We're going to cover this. We're going to let you guys know what we know, kind of boots on the ground eye view in today's crypto currently segment. Let's go. Our first story is coming to us today from Cointelegraph, but also from our friends over there in India. Now, some relief is said to be in store for crypto investors and entrepreneurs in India. With India's cryptocurrency versus the RBI, Royal Bank of India, that's India's central bank case, which is currently returning before the Supreme Court. And with this case, we finally have some clarity on this crypto ban from the central bank. Now, in an affidavit filed in response to a petition that is currently now before the Indian Supreme Court, the RBI explained that its ban related to just trading in crypto and does not amount to an overall ban on crypto per se. Really. Now, we have to realize that ever since the RBI issued its controversial prohibition order on cryptocurrency, a number of public and industry-led petitions have been filed by the Indian crypto community, which challenged the RBI's decision. Now, they claim that it was not only unjust, but also in clear violation of Indian law for the RBI to just step in and fiat declare that cryptocurrency is now banned. Now, in these petitions, a lot of them referenced previous judgments passed by the Supreme Court, which clearly stated that legal activities can only be shut down if a definitive risk has first been identified by the Indian Parliament and not by an administrative body like the RBI. Clear sign of an administrative body overstepping their boundaries. Now, that petition is now currently being heard in front of the Indian Supreme Court, and it's being championed by the Internet and Mobile Association of India, the IAMAI. They are a not-for-profit industry that seeks to expand and enhance India's online and mobile value-added services sector. They were also the individuals that stepped up in defense at the previous Supreme Court hearing. Now, cryptocurrency exchanges and industry stakeholders are also effectively fighting to restore access to mainstream banking services within India, which has forced these companies that trade in digital assets to either shut down or relocate out of the country. Now, some prominent exchanges have resorted to a peer-to-peer model as an interim solution to the ban. But the industry is now hanging its hopes on the Supreme Court to determine if the RBI does in fact have jurisdiction in this matter, and whether they can enforce an outright prohibition over this class of transactions, or whether they merely have the ability to restrict through FATF-type regulations. Now, all manners of arguments are being presented by both sides to the panel of 3 Supreme Court judges. It's in the court right now. Now, again, this issue concerns India's national monetary stability. This concerns the need for favorable regulation to incentivize this budding cryptocurrency industry. This is going to affect the impact of mining on the Indian power grid. And I'm sure other things they're going to be discussing are going to be the financing of terrorism and financial inclusion. The Supreme Court judges, for the most part, seemed very open to the arguments that have so far been presented. And in some instances, they labeled the RBI's crypto ban as a burden-shifting ploy that was unjust. So very positive so far with the judges' open minds. Again, it all depends on the decision that they make. Now, the hearings do continue, and a favorable decision by the Supreme Court could potentially rescue the Indian crypto industry from certain regulatory doom, because it does seem very clear that the RBI has made its position very clear. Not in this country. We don't want any competition to our national sovereignty, our sovereign currency. This is a threat. We don't want this. So, my heart goes out to the cryptocurrency community in India, and I hope that your Supreme Court makes the right decision with this, at least in declaring that the RBI does not have the fiat authority to ban cryptocurrency. And again, currently they have shut off crypto on-ramps, or fiat to crypto on-ramps. That's currently the status of cryptocurrency over in India. So you cannot legally use banks. You have no legal fiat to crypto on-ramps, right? So they've effectively called any ability to move from fiat into cryptocurrency, which effectively calls new adoption, right? So you have to be in crypto, or you have to receive it PTP, which doesn't happen as often as the ability for somebody to just buy it on their phone. Exchanges have had to go to a peer-to-peer model, but currently it's in this gray area. And if you guys know anything, in gray areas is where some of the worst oversight and regulation can come from. Also, some of the worst atrocities in mankind's history. I don't think that we're looking at any of that over here in India, but again, gray areas legally are where the government can step in and really cause a lot of pain and suffering, unnecessary pain and suffering for the citizenry. So, best wishes to our Indian community out there, and I hope that your Supreme Court makes the right decision. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Do you guys stand with the Indian cryptocurrency community, or do you feel that the Royal Bank of India is is potentially doing the right thing. Again, please let me know anything that you can correct me on. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on YouTube down in the comments section down below. Tomorrow we'll pick a random commenter and they will to win tomorrow's XSPC giveaway. So let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. Now, moving on to our final story of the day, I want to talk to you guys about Libra. Now, obviously, Facebook's digital currency project that we know as Libra, it has suffered another blow. Now, on Tuesday, this blow was, let's say, issued to Libra because the Libra consortium member Vodafone announced that it is departing the Libra project. Now, Vodafone is obviously a British telecom giant. It was among several original members of the Libra Association that have now since bowed out of the project since its debut last year. Now, in a public statement that was released by Vodafone and Libra, they confirmed that the telecom giant is now the 8th company to leave the project's Swiss-based consortium, joining Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and the like to leave the Libra Association. Now, Vodafone claims that they are going to be focusing on their own mobile payments platform, which they call M-Pesa, to help bring affordable options to the unbanked in 6 African nations. A Vodafone spokesperson stated, quote, we believe that global, open, instant, and low-cost movement of money will create immense economic opportunity and more commerce around the world. They went on to state, They went on to state that we have said from the outset that Vodafone's desire is to make a genuine contribution to extending financial inclusion. We remain fully committed to that goal. Now, despite this departure of Vodafone, Libra is reportedly still sitting on a long waiting list of nearly 1,500 potential member candidates, companies that are more than eager to support and join the Libra initiative. Libra Association project lead David Marcus described the development as somewhat expected. He said, quote, change of this magnitude is hard. You know you're onto something when so much pressure builds up. Now, despite the regulatory headwinds that Libra has run into, Libra is charging forward with the global remittance market as one major conquest on their roadmap, with the association affirming that they believe the global, open, instant, and low-cost movement of money is going to create immense economic opportunity and more commerce across the world. Now, last week, the Libra Association took the next step in its development when the governing council voted to establish what they call a technical steering committee, the TSC, which is supposed to help steer the technical roadmap as well as plans for building a Libra development community. George Cabrera, who is the core product lead at Libra, said that the creation of the committee represented a great milestone for Libra's openness and sustainability as they forged ahead towards their main net launch. So we're looking forward to a Q1 2020 release where the TSC will be publishing its technical governance framework and the associated documents. That is supposed to include the process by which the open source community can propose technical changes to the network, and is supposed to include a transparent process for evaluating those proposals. So for those who wanted a deep dive into what Libra looks like under the hood, we might be getting those answers very, very soon. Now, again, of course, Libra is a very controversial subject. Many crypto diehards hate it. A lot of the community think that it's great, but we cannot ignore the impact that it is going to have on our world. So let me know down in the comments section what you guys think about Libra. Have your guys' thoughts and opinions changed? Are you looking forward to their release? I, for one, am at least interested to see what their proposed open source contribution process and review process will look like, because something like Libra publishing those documents and following that standard can heavily influence the standard of open source community development moving forward, potentially for cryptocurrency projects, at least for projects like this, right? Corporate coins, which I think is good. To have a standard, if we're going to be seeing corporate coins, which we naturally will, of course, I want to be seeing some form of open source standard for these things where the community at large can at least help make them better, all right? So let me know what you guys' thoughts and opinions on that in the comment section down below. That does conclude today's Crypto Currently segment. Of course, we will select a random commenter on YouTube tomorrow to win today's crypto comment giveaway. We're going to take a brief 30-second break and hear from our friends over at ByBit. We'll be right back to answer your questions and look at your chart requests. This is Jason when he first learned about Bitcoin margin trading on BitMEX.
Why? Why? Give it back! Give it back! Give it back!
This is Jason 6 months later after signing up for ByBit with the Cracking Cryptocurrency referral link found in the description below. Don't make the same mistake as Jason. Sign up today at bybit.crackingcryptocurrency.com. All right, and we're back, guys. Thank you so much, SSJ Doob, for the follow over there on Twitch, my friend. I seem to be losing my voice, maybe potentially. Hopefully I'm not coming down with something. All right, how are we doing today, guys? Let me know that you're doing good. Let me know that you're doing well. Let's check into the community here and see what you guys are saying. Thank you so much, Mancunian, for the diamond, my brother. He says, diamonds available to non-salaried crypto-cunians. Yes, I am non-salaried. I make my own paycheck as I go. Excuse me. Larzag0, thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. All right, let me look and see what your guys' questions are today. All right, Wendy says, I'd like to look at GSX. I got into it yesterday on the hunt. He is long on GSX. Let's go. That's not a... Yeah. I'm thinking GX. So GSX, the stock, right? Just let me know if this is incorrect. I believe this is what we want to look at. Well, we'll just continue on with this. Yeah, GSX, I mean, you know, what could we possibly say here that's negative? Very nice parabolic movements coming out of GSX, up about 200% since September. So pretty good buy and hold. And again, very similar to the S&P, whenever we're looking at an asset that is making new all-time highs, we just have to assume that that asset will continue to make new all-time highs. Now, I'm not sure if this was listed somewhere else. This is on Arca, so I doubt it. It looks like it was listed on June 2019. Somewhat of a darling. We do have earnings coming out over here in February 2020. So we don't have a lot of fundamentals coming in. We got some time. Now, obviously, we are quite bullish. We are above the baseline. We don't have golden dot continuation. Yesterday would not have been a continuation. The last continuation signal that was confirmed from WADA came over here on the 8th of January 2020. So overall, all of these big candles represent scaling out profit opportunities for me. We don't have any signs of reversal. I'm not going to be throwing the new version of Minx on here potentially. It's just a pain in the booty until I get the regular TradingView account up and running. But just from my discretion, again, we don't have any objective signs that we can look for. I don't really see any clear signs of trend exhaustion. We do have a smaller candle, but again, continuous plotting movement to the upside. We have a rising explosion level. We have the highest high on Wadatar explosion. Again, all kinds of scenarios. Whenever you see what appear to be, this doesn't appear to be a blow off top. But again, if you said you got into it yesterday, I hope that you got in near close to the open. I don't see any form of invalidation. The problem here is, my friend, you've got a ways to go. If you entered yesterday, let's say you entered near yesterday's daily close, then the problem here that we have is obviously we gapped open and filled that gap, gapped up about 1.89%. But we got invalidation all the way down at 31.45. That's the only problem with GXS. I mean, you're looking at a 12% plunge to invalidate this long trade, and that's being conservative because we're not looking for shorts until we get down below 27.87 on GSX. And good luck finding somebody to loan the shorts to short sell. Loan the stock to short sell. I think that is likely. That tends to be unlikely with something like GSX, at least not for a retail trader. Yeah, I don't have anything negative to say about this, but I do think that this was a pretty risky entry. I definitely would have waited for a pullback. But overall, I don't have anything negative to say about this. This thing's making new highs. I expect it to continue making new highs until it doesn't. So, looking for a pullback closer to 31.45 for a better entry, which would require a little bit of cool off, and then maybe we get some continuation. So a risky entry. I'd make sure to be having a small position size on this one, and be aware that you're looking at a pretty significant correction before you know that you're wrong. So something that we can do in this kind of situation is we can be a little bit more aggressive. We can put something like a moving average, see, even the 9-period moving average is going to be below our continuation. So even a 9-period moving average on the daily is going to have us down at 30.17. So yeah, you're kind of in the middle of the creek without a paddle on this one, man. Just kind of gotta hold on for hope. Manchunian, thank you so much for the 5 ice creams and the 17 lemons, my brother. He says, I got a 9% trailing stop. Let's go. Would I take profit on Uber today? No. Yeah, I don't have an exit signal from Uber. We haven't really broached any significant levels. We had continuation here, so I would have already taken profit on Uber. So let's look at historical target and stop loss levels. So again, we had continuation on these 2 candles right here and this candle with WADA confirmation right here. And I would have taken profit. If I was doing 1, 2, 3, I would have already taken about 80% of my profit on this last swing trade. Very nice, 2.47% movement over here on Uber. So I'd have 20% left. I'd have my stop loss at break even, either here or either here, right? Probably have a trailing stop. I wouldn't have a trailing stop loss. Yeah, I would have a trailing stop loss on today's daily close. I'd set a trailing stop loss from 35.39 is where I set my trailing stop loss on Uber on today's close. Andrew Munn says MNQ is still killing it on the daily. Looking at the E-minis. Oh yeah. Yeah, we had Golden Dot continuation. We really didn't have the we didn't really get WADA confirmation. Aggressively, you're not always looking for WADA confirmation for your continuation longs. That's fine. Because again, we would not get the continuations here, and we wouldn't get these continuations here either. Overall, pretty good. M and Q. Sometimes the indices, sometimes the E-minis aren't the best with WADA. Sometimes they really, really are. Overall, rising explosion level, continuing to make new, nice, beautiful highs over here on MNQ. So just ride that train, brother. You've got long invalidation on a daily close below 91.33. I'd be looking for shorts on a daily close below 91.12. So stay strong, brother. Boris Fridman says, hey, Justin, can you talk about how you utilize time transformation on different time frames? From what I understand, for lower time frame scalping, time transformation should be used as a line cross from overbought or oversold zones, while for higher time frame signal initiation, it should be used as a centered oscillator. So time transformation, very similar to Minx, is going to kind of follow one of two things. Depends on what asset we're talking about. So let's just talk about Bitcoin specifically, right? So both Minx and and time transformation are really, really, really good at catching bottoms, right? But they, almost like every other reversal indicator, just do not always get it right on tops, right? So the way that I utilize time transformation is I use the reversal signals as take profit signals. And especially if we've gone oversold, if we come back above the zero line, if we get a centered oscillator cross to the upside with confirmation, as soon as we close the baseline, that's an initiator signal, right? It's a beautiful time transformation, and minks are both beautiful centered oscillator indicators. The signal is a little bit stronger if we just came out of oversold conditions. Other things that I use for time transformation obviously are going to be its divergence function. So remember. With Bitcoin particularly, Bitcoin, when it's oversold and you're trending, that doesn't mean anything. It means more when you're trending to the downside. There's only a few areas on the chart where things like minks and time transformation didn't perform as well as I wanted to. For example, the drop from November in 2018. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the only area that I think got it wrong. But other than that, they're really, really beautiful bottom catchers. I mean, they're like, it's like shooting an arrow, man. You got to set the indicator to catch the bottoms, but just with checking the boxes. But they catch the bottoms really, really well. The centered oscillator to the upside is a great initiation level, particularly if you use the baseline, and the new optimizations of the baseline, which I think are just going to save you guys so much money in the long run, and make you so much money, honestly, in the long run. Put a lot of work into that. That's currently the baseline that I'm personally using, so you guys have that. As a premium member, just put that on your chart. It'll make you money. So yeah, I use time transformation for taking profit. So if we're below the baseline and we get a reversal signal, I'll take profit. And if we are above the baseline, following, or whether we get an initiation signal prior or afterwards, I'll take that. Now, the interesting thing about time transformation and minks as well is that where they're really good at calling tops is bearish divergence. Bearish divergence on minks and time transformation is really, really good at calling tops. Really, really good at calling tops, I would say. Again, bullish divergence, kind of okay, but really the reversal function of time transformation and minks is better at calling those bottoms. But the divergence function for the tops is amazing. And again, I'm redoing minks this week. I'll be doing time transformation next week, and I'll be publishing new documentation. We're going to be adding a feature request. So I'm going to be doing a premium video like once a week now. Whether it's a Pathways to Profit module or a premium webinar, we're going to be releasing one of those ideally every single week, so we can continue to add new value to the premium members. A lot of stuff that we were doing, I was really focused on development for the last few months. So I'm really getting back into the swing of creating new educational content for you guys. And then we'll be migrating everything over to the website, which is taking longer than I expected. But yeah, that's how I recommend. So I'll cover all of this stuff, hopefully in some up and coming premium webinars for you, my friend. But that's how I use time transformation. Let's see here. Michael Naranjo asks, how is Link doing? Overall, Link is okay. It is getting an exit signal on the daily today. We are getting golden dot continuation, but it's also giving us an exit signal on the daily. So any trades that are in Link will probably be being exited today. Paul Bob the Builder says Libra is probably just going to be a clone of Ripple, basically. Quite different, I think, but I think you're right in your sentiment. Challenged Investor says views on Rhodium versus Platinum versus Palladium. Just broadly, I don't have a lot of experience trading Rhodium. Platinum and Palladium move very differently from gold and silver, so they should be traded independently. They're pretty easy to trade, in my opinion, with the trend following system. Palladium's obviously been on a fantastic tear, but I think, yeah, Platinum and Palladium in particular trade separately from gold and silver. Gold and silver trade very intrinsically, well together. And I don't really have a lot of experience with Rhodium. Let's see here. Michael Naranjo asks, how is SCS? Steel case. SCS looks like garbage, man. This is crap. No purple dot continuation shorts today. You did get one here. You did get one here, and you would have probably already grabbed some profit on that particular trade. But this is a do nothing chart to me, my brother. Christina Blacks asks, hello, Justin. What's my opinion on the Aroon indicator? It's okay. It's okay. I actually really used to like it, and I think that there's some good implementations of it that I've seen. I've used it before for continuations. I've tried it as an initiator. It doesn't quite do exactly what I want it to do. I've always kind of wanted to go back to the Aroon and rewrite it myself and add some of my modular pieces of code to kind of make it a better indicator. I think the best place I've seen it is as a continuation signaler. So where you already have your primary system and then you use Aroon on the side as an initiator, or excuse me, as a continuation initiator. But overall, I think it's a good, robust indicator. I don't think it does very, very well on Bitcoin out of the box on the daily. And Wendy 2, last question I'll answer for the day, asks, do I use the TradingView stock screener? I do not. I do not. I have my own, again, I don't actively trade stocks. I don't actively trade stocks right now. So I'm just a passive investor. I have my portfolio and I add to it over time. But no, I don't use TradingView stock screener. I don't use their crypto screener for that matter either. I have my own screening system, which I've detailed in the Pathways to Profit course. All right, that's going to cut it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for the questions. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Do some quick wrap-ups here. Make sure to guys go check out the giveaway over at crackingcryptocurrency.com/giveaway, giving away 3 months of free premium trading group access. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell people you don't even like. Make sure to follow us over there on DLive follow us on DLive or follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not already. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done that already. Every little bit helps with the YouTube algorithmic gods. We really appreciate the support, guys. And you can also follow us over on Twitter over there at cracking_crypto. So thank you guys so much for joining me for another exciting episode of Breaking Bitcoin. We are live Monday through Friday, every single day at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is your daily source for market updates, sentiment, and news for traders. If your goal is to be a full-time professional trader, or you want to harness the volatility of cryptocurrency to earn income on the side, you just want to get a good established education in systems building, trading, a real professional discipline, make sure to check out all that we do at premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com. We offer proprietary signals. We offer our custom educational strategy. We offer so much support. We're adding features all the time. So make sure to check out everything that we do. You can try our 7-day trial absolutely for free. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time for another Breaking Bitcoin market update. I will see you guys in the Discord at discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Be excellent to one another. I want to thank, and as always, trade safely. And of course, I want to thank today's crypto comment giveaway sponsor, Spectre Security Coin. Check those guys out at spectresecurity.io. I'll see you in the Discord, guys. Trade safely.